Well, time to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Steve Caparizzo for this Thursday's Pet Connection Extra. Cap.
Thanks, Christina. A dog coughing is something you should take seriously. Hopefully it's not too bad. Many times it's a tip-off something more significant is going on. Kennel cough is something many of us have heard of, but it's the cough that turns into pneumonia that is much more serious to your pet. This is why you need to see your veterinarian anytime your dog is coughing, especially a cough that keeps getting worse.
So there's a new emergent respiratory disease called canine influenza, which actually really mimics Bordetella or kennel cough. It starts out, most of the cases are really mild. 80% of the time it's self-limiting. They just have a cough, a fever, maybe some nasal discharge. A lot of the times they'll get better, but there's certain cases that don't, and it can actually turn into pneumonia. It can be very serious.
Whenever there's a high concentration of dogs, you get more concerned about influenza.
It's rare in this part of the country. It's much more common in the large puppy mills, in the big dog racing industries, and the pet stores. It's usually where we see it more frequently. But if it does happen, you do want to treat them really early on, and it's supportive. So basically you do IV fluid therapy. If it does develop into pneumonia, you want to treat the secondary bacterial infection.
Influenza can be much worse if the pet has a compromised immune system or is stressed.
If they don't have appropriate nutrition, if they're malnourished, if they do have any other physiologic stress going on, it can make it a lot worse.
One thing for certain, though it's rare, you can never be too careful.
It is contagious to the point where you certainly would want to change your clothing and wash your hands in between touching one individual that's infected to the next.
The vaccine for kennel cough has been around for many years and is very successful on the bacterial strain. The influenza vaccine is newer and not quite as effective.
The influenza vaccine is specifically designed for the flu virus itself, and it is effective in a sense where it minimizes clinical signs, but they still can develop influenza.
Thanks, Dr. Lexi. In this part of the country, it is very rare, and the influenza vaccine is not recommended unless you think your dog will be exposed to large groups of dogs, especially dog shows or large kennels. Back to you, Christina.
Thank you.